Many of you plan sports teams, you do clubs, and you just have fun. Our students, about half of them live on campus. So for those kids that live on campus, we have class from 8 till 4:10 every day. Then they get about an hour break, they have dinner, and then they have mandatory study hall from, what time do they start, Ali? Like 6, right? 6:30 until 10:30 at night, where they have to be in a classroom studying. They take the SAT and the TOEFL exam to demonstrate their English proficiency. They all take these Saturday classes, that sound terrible. Some kids just take these exams over and over again. A lot of kids I know some kids are taking up to 6 AP classes at once their junior year. And, they're just really insanely academically motivated. So I'd say that's the biggest difference. Another big one is that the traditional style of education here, basically the teacher on the stage, and in many of the classrooms, they actually until recently had stages built into each of the classroom where the teacher would stand above the students looking down. And the students really weren't expected to participate, to have opinions about things. And for me, it was kind of a crazy learning adjustment because as a teacher, I like to have students really engaged. I like to do activities, discussions. And some of my kids had a really hard time with that. And I remember one telling me, like, Mr. Carlson, I want you to know that I really don't like discussions because I don't think there's anything I could possibly learn from my peers. We're all equally uninformed. You're supposed to be the one with the knowledge. So maybe you could just start left. Those were all things that I kind of had to get used to. And they had to get used to me as well.
Great. Grace.
Do you speak Japanese?
Well, Eric, do you speak Japanese?
Japanese would be useful here in Chinese. In China, a little bit. The characters are similar, but I've learned that learning a language is not as simple as being able to say if I can or I can't. Chinese is it's okay. I know what you meant. Chinese is such an incredibly difficult language to learn compared to Spanish, for example. I speak Spanish, and I picked that up really, really easily. And Chinese is taking a lot more work. But after 2.5 years, we're definitely making progress. If someone is speaking reasonably slowly enough, we have a couple of Chinese friends that I can sit down now and have dinner with and converse for 30 or 40 minutes. There's still a lot of simple words that I realize every day I still don't know how to say, like war or army. I realize today I don't know those words. But it's really been fascinating to learn. The idea of learning to read characters to me just seems so impossible and overwhelming. But once you start working, it's kind of amazing to realize that you can see these pictographs and actually make sense of it. So I think anytime you live in a country, if you put your mind to it, you can definitely learn the language, even Chinese.
Good. Yeah. Lily.
So, how long have your students been learning English?
Sorry, can you say that again?
How long have your students been learning English? Like, did it start along when they were really young?
And Lily, maybe wave your hand so he can see you. Yeah.
Yeah, I see her. I think the students all start in elementary school now. It's it's actually, by law, the students, so they have to take this giant exam at the end of their senior year. I should mention this, in reference to the other question too. It's called the Gaokao. And every
like the
student in
Juku in
China
Japan.
takes this exam. And their entire college entrance process is just this one test. Whatever they get on this one test that they take one time, that determines where they can go to university. And, it's not like the SAT that you can retake it. You only get one shot. Or you can wait another year and redo your senior year if you don't get a good score. And on that Gaokao, the Gaokao is now 20% English. So China, across the board, is basically trying to get all of its students to learn English. Our students, they're quite good, but they don't really start until 10th grade. In 10th grade, they start taking English all day long, either AP, IB, or another British program called A-levels. We have students, so I'm part of the international department within my school for kids that want to go to university in the United States or Canada or the UK. They speak English all day long. The kids in the domestic department, the non-international program, their English is okay. Maybe it's about as good as my Chinese, but they're not really that fluent. Because it's definitely just as hard to learn English when you're Chinese as it is the other way around.
Good. Maybe one, maybe two more questions, and then we'll let them be. But what other questions? Paulina?
You guys are so
Lisa?
shy. I got an email with like 45 questions that you all have.
Yeah. Eddie.
Darth Vader in the back.
Yeah. Eddie's going to give a presentation about Korea later today.
Oh, all right.
I'm over here.
How can I help you?
He can see you.
What type of sports do they play in China if they do? And what's like their most major one?
Oh, maybe talk up just a little bit. Could you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. What kind of sports do they play? And what are the most popular sports that they play? And maybe what are the most popular sports that they just watch too?
Oh, as I stated before, they spend so much time studying that they don't play nearly as much sports as they should. But like badminton and, the typical ones you think of, badminton and table tennis are really popular. But we just started a baseball team here. They like baseball, they like soccer. But NBA is king. The kids, everyone in China, I shouldn't say everyone, but there is an NBA obsession here. And it's so funny because, that's like one of the things I can make small talk with the taxi drivers about. And they're always saying the names of these players in Chinese. And I just found out yesterday that someone was asking me about Wade in Chicago now. Wade. LeBron is, LeBron was like, LeBron. And they, people know about the 12th man on the roster of the Golden State Warriors, like way more than I know about NBA basketball. The Chinese national station plays NBA games. So by far and away, NBA is huge here. Have you guys ever heard of Stephon Marbury? Does anyone know who that is? Anyone know Stephon Marbury?